Forgot to press record. So I'll just do all that over again. All this garbage still has to go away, and all that brush might as well come with us. Okay, so there's our bricks, half of them. Almost half is back here already. Today the bricks got delivered. So we pumped in, I think, 2 more yards of crush and run back in that area. And then we brought in 2 yards of HPB, high performance bedding. We leveled everything with the bars and started laying the patio. Got a good chunk done. That's it for today though, which is pretty good. We'll continue tomorrow laying the rest of that and all this. Once that's all in, we'll put our paver restraint everywhere on the outside edges of this patio to keep it in place. Then we'll grade with the soil around and sod around here, the outside of the patio. Then we'll sweep in our polymeric sand and set that. Once that's done, we'll install our step at the door. And then once this entire upper level of the patio is done, we will start working on this, the privacy screen. Once we finish up here and everything's done back here, we'll continue on this stretch where we'll be putting stepping stones all the way through here and out to the gate with sod in between them. And this will all be garden beds on the side of the house all the way up to this point. Guys, Aaron here. What you just saw was the guys tamping everything. And the way we do it when we have a patio like that, first we sweep in all the sand everywhere and get the joints nice and filled. Then we leave a layer of sand on there for when we tamp it. So when we're going over it back and forth with the plate tamper, you saw that the plywood being moved. 2 guys grab it and move it ahead of the guy using the plate tamper. That way when he gets to the next, he's done finishing going back and forth a few times on the one piece of wood, he can keep going right onto the next piece of wood. So that's what we were doing by moving the pieces of wood in front of him, trying to keep ahead of the guy with the plate tamper. And after you do all that, obviously it settles the polymeric sand into the joints of the patio. And then we remove the tamper, we remove all the wood, and we do one final sanding. We sweep everything again, because now by putting the vibrating plate tamper on there, it settles everything into the joints, all that sand into the joints. So we top up all those joints again. And then we get a leaf blower or a backpack blower, and we lightly blow off the top of the patio so there's no residue left or heavy sand on there. And then we wet it. Then when we wet it, we usually do a mist or a very fine spray, one soaking over the entire patio area. And we wait about 10-15 minutes, and usually the sun and the wind, you'll dry it up in about 15 minutes tops. We lace everything like that, back and forth, going back and forth. Once it's all wet, that's the end of that. And it's good to go. We tell the customer to stay off it for about 24 hours. So that's what you saw us doing in that last minute and change, which was probably a little boring, but I thought I'd throw it in there. Now, I just want to throw it out there as well. I have a course coming out on how to open your own landscape business. It's going to show you everything and teach you everything from A to B, whether you want to open a part-time landscaping business or a full-time landscaping business. I guarantee it's going to help you. For a limited time, it's going to be cheaper for the first 10 people. So depending on how many people sign up for it, it'll be cheap for you. And the others, the price will go 4 times as much relatively soon. You'll learn everything you need to know about opening your own landscaping business, and I'm going to be there via coaching calls and everything else. So there's no worry about that. If you have questions, I'm happy to take them. Uh, but if you're interested, it's on the platform SKOOLs, and the link's down below. If you don't want to take the course route, there's other options that I can possibly help you with. Ebooks, I've got a couple of ebooks down there too to check out. So feel free to check them out. Feel free to sign up for the course. Talk to you soon. Aaron here. Got some sod in. This young man sodding all that, watering all that new sod right there. Patio's in. Everything's been soaked. And the polymeric sand is setting. We usually tell them to keep off for about 24 hours. Light traffic is okay. We've now sodded this entire area. Remember how it was just sloping off hard? Now it's all blended in perfectly with new grass. Looks pretty sweet. It's coming along very nicely. This garden has been altered and replanted. That's why we wanted to lift this whole area up, remember? There was a slope here, and this backyard wasn't really usable. So by raising the retaining wall on that side by 2 courses and adding a cap, we've leveled off this entire area. We could have put 1 more course on there, but then we're getting into something that needs geogrid and possibly engineering, so we'd rather not do that. We'll just have this garden slant down to it. It's more than capable of holding this added weight, so we'll leave that as is. Tomorrow we're coming in and we're going to build our beautiful privacy screen across here. That'll be tomorrow, and then we have 1 more day left, which will be, hang on, you don't want to knock that over. 1 more day left, which will be the exit out, the walkway going all the way down there. Also, here's our 5-foot step on the door. Looks pretty good. Perfectly level. 6 inches up, 6 inches into the house. Can't ask for a better step than that. Right here, we've got polymeric sand that we swept into here, and it'll harden up. And then we're going to add a piece of fencing just down to here, just to clean it up along the bottom. Other than that, we'll be out of here in a couple of days.